Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about how to use the stock images in the Merge Studio website. We have more than 5,000, almost 6,000 stock images, and you can use them all for your designs. And you can, the great thing about them is that the colors are editable. So even though these are available for everyone, you can customize your copy of this design by changing the colors. So you have two ways of accessing the stock images. First is through the stock images tab. When you click on that, you're going to see thumbnails of the different categories that we have. And you can also see the different categories on the left. If it has an arrow and you drop it down, that means it has something in there. And another way that you can do it is just by clicking on, say if you're in the home page, you can just click on the Create a Gang Sheet button and choose the gang sheet size that you want. We're just going to go with a 22 by 12, which goes for $8 per copy. And we're going to start creating it. And when you click on add design here, on the left side, you're going to see those different stock images and the different categories. So we're going to look at warrior today, and we're going to look for a cool Hanya mask that we can use for this design. And let's go with this one here because it's pretty cool. So I'm going to choose that one. And this is what it looks like, right? So the great thing about our designs is it doesn't matter how big you want to make it. There's not going to be any pixelation. There's not going to be any white outline around it because these are actually vector files. Another good thing about it is see these colors that you have here on this palette. These are the colors that are found on this gang sheet or on this design. And we can change any one of these colors. Say if I wanted to make that a little bit lighter, I don't know if you're seeing that happen, but you can make it lighter. You can make it white. You can make it darker if you want. In fact, if I wanted to make it like instead of maroon, I wanted to use an orange palette, we can do that. So we have this design that's been customized specifically for us. I'm just going to set that aside for a little bit and I'm going to add some text. So the way that you do that is you click on add text and we're going to put the word Hanya in there. Once you put it in, as you can see, it's a basic sans serif font in red, but I'm going to make that of the same color palette. So we're going to make it orange and I will add an outline to it. I mean, the design itself is pretty cool. Make that a little bit smaller. By the way that you resize things here, you can do it in two ways. Let me drag that aside for a little bit. And it's going to scale it up or down depending on how you drag. Or once you click on the image, you're going to see that a size or dimensions come out here. You can click on the edit button there. We want to just make it 9.5 wide. And there you have it. Now, the text looks a little bit plain to me. It doesn't really match the image. What I did was I'm going to click on the text and then I'm going to choose from more than 1,000 fonts that we have. If you look on the left side here, you can look at all the fonts or you can look at them by category. I'm just going to look at all the fonts here and see what I can use. Let's try this one right here. This looks pretty cool. Okay, so that looks really cool. Now that I have that design, I can also do some other stuff with the text here. I can change the text shape. I can arch it up like that. So we can also add gradients like so. So it's going to be orange to black for this gradient. And I might not want black. So let's go with a little bit of gray there. We can also customize the color so that if you wanted it to be a little bit more towards the red. Oh, that looks really good. We can do that as well. There you have it. Now we have our design. Once we have it, what we can do is we can group the two together. I'm just going to center it so that it's like exactly in the middle, but I'm going to group them together. And the way that you do that is you click on one element, in this case the text, and then I'm going to press shift in my keyboard and then click on the other image. Then up here you're going to have the this button that says group selected items. I'm going to click that, and now when I drag one, they're all going to be dragged together. At this size, it's at 11 inches wide by 11.47. The problem with that is we cannot fit two of them in this artboard. You're going to have all of this wasted space unless if you're going to create a different design. So what I would do with this is I would just edit the size and probably go with at most 10.75, right? So that we can just drag it there and then we can click on copy all, and then paste it. I don't know if you saw that little kind of a flicker happen, but now I have two copies and I can have them side by side like that. if this was a back piece and I wanted to do a left chest piece, I don't know what to do with that. I could make this 3.5 and it adjusts to scale. All right, so now that we have that, you're still gonna have a whole bunch of space there, and you can fill it up with whatever, whatever other design you have. I personally would just get these closer like that, and then just insert other designs that you can, maximize all that real estate, because we charge by the gang sheet and not by image. So once you're done with that, once you're happy, you just click on buy and then checkout. I'm gonna remove this first one here, because this was a practice that I did earlier. But let's say we only have this gang sheet. I'm going to check out. And then if you only wanted those 2 copies, then you just, you pick a quantity of 1. But say if you wanted 20 copies of that, then you can pick a quantity of 10, because each gang sheet has 2 copies. And if you want to get a discount, if you have like 25 copies, then the cost goes down by 10%, so that from $8 per sheet, now it goes down to $7.20. And it doesn't have to be 25 copies of this. You might have one gang sheet, 122 by 12, and have 10 copies of that, and another one, a different one with 15 copies. It will still give you that discount automatically without having to use a coupon code. So once you have this, just click on checkout and go through the whole checkout process, and you're good to go. So I hope that helped out. If you like that video, give us a like, share it with a friend that you think can use this, and let's make t-shirts.